taking a divot. How do you do it? Obviously, when you take a divot, you're going to be able to hit the ball first, hit the grass second. It's called compressing the ball, and that's why the ball goes farther when you take a divot. And obviously it helps straighten this too because your club face is square. So I'm going to help you in this video understand one of the key elements to making a divot. And it's not about hitting down on the ball. That's not the feeling. I don't think of taking a divot. My swing takes a divot for me. I set it up. I get the right directionality in my swing in order for it to take a divot. And that's what I'm going to help you with. So just like Larry the Cable Guy, let's get her done. All right, so what's that secret that I was mentioning in the intro that allows you to set up taking that divot, and why so many amateur golfers don't take a divot? So again, it's not about hitting down on the ball, all right? It should automatically happen. So the amateur golfer, or the golfer that's catching it thin, of course my right hand's lower than the club shaft left, my right shoulder's a little lower than my left. They take it back and they do their side bend too early. To get down to the ground, they drop the right shoulder lower, but that's the transition up here to the top. They're not even halfway down. They're too low here. The club gets too shallow. It has a choice. It can hit it fat, or you got to pick it clean, which means it's being hit thin. All right, so if you look at the top class golfers, what they do is at the top of the swing is their first move is the left shoulder stays lower than the right. That sets up a direction. So now my club head knows it's coming down. Again, back to the other one, if my right shoulder drops too soon at the top, okay, I'm not saying my head, just the right shoulder tilting, what ends up happening, all the directionality for my arms is forward. That's another problem too that it creates, is that it pushes your hips kind of forward, so we end up sliding it. You need to, I'm going to show you again. You take it to the top, okay? First move is your shoulder tilts still like this. It also keeps your left shoulder in play, which hopefully then the club stays in the slot better, okay? Because if your right shoulder drops too soon in the transition up there, okay, or gets lower than the left, it pushes the club out. We tend to cut across it. All right, so again, take it back. Shoulders tilt that way, or hips don't slide. We're on top of the ball better. I set up an angle of attack that allows me to take that divot. It's not setting it up in order to hit down on it, and then post impact, or just a little bit at impact, your right shoulder gets side bend, they call it, and you can kind of twist here. So of course the right shoulder goes under, but most amateur golfers are doing it from the top, and that's why they have a problem shifting weight too. They kind of hang back here and then they just slide, and they assume that's a weight shift. But again, if we can go ahead and take it back, first move, right shoulder stays higher than left. There it is. That sets up the direction, hits the ball, downward, divot in front, side bend through. So I brought out one of those mats. They're kind of a new teaching aid now, and I actually like them. There's quite a few different ones out there, but it tells you where the club low point is. And again, when it brushes in the right spot, it's going to make a mark, and you'll be able to see it, and then you just kind of rake it back to make it disappear, and so forth. So fortunately today, I'm not going to be able to make a full swing like I normally do at the end of the videos, because 4 weeks ago I had quadruple bypass surgery, and of course they had to cut me up, and my arms really can't go very high, so I won't be able to go very fast. But again, I want to get the concept, set up that direction, take that divot in front. Again, you can have a lot of side bend, and that's fine in the hitting zone, but you can't have it in the transition. So this is how it looks. Take it back. There's the shoulder move, side bend. After that, touches in front. And again, I'm not going to hit this hard, because the worst thing would be to open my breastbone back up, take it back, shoulder move, set the direction, I stay on top of it, hit it in front, not behind it. Again, if the right shoulder drops too soon, the club gets shallow, even with lag, and I'm having to use my arms. I can't touch the ground up there. The only place you can touch here. It's not going to allow you to do it. You're going to hit it thin. Again, it pushes your hips forward, take it back. There's the shoulder, get on top of it, get down much side bend as you want on the follow through. Again, I can't do as much side bend as I usually do on the follow through because it just feels funny on my chest and so forth. Here's a quick little kind of thing that goes along with this, because I don't want your shoulders to kind of get do certain things in the golf swing that you're not supposed to do. So like on the backswing, I mean, some golfers, you know, they go, okay, I got to get the shoulder, left shoulder underneath the chin. And when an amateur golfer does that and they keep their head down, they get this reverse weight shift, which means their back is leaning forward, and that's not good. So this is just a quick little extra tip of that. I'm not asking for your head to move down or you to dip or anything like that. What happens is, I believe the left shoulder can come up to under the chin. And now as notice my back's in a better position. Again, if my head's down and my shoulder drops and my head drops, reverse weight shift, club gets out, and I'm already across. And a lot of golfers do that. That's why keeping your head down is kind of not very good. Again, we know where the ball is as a professional golfer, and you can see that my eyes aren't pointing at the ball anymore. They're back here, even though I'm watching the ball. But if I keep thinking of keeping my head down, my eyes tend to stay there and nothing pivots. So again, left shoulder comes as much, it wants to go under, it comes under, but up under the chin, okay? Not under the chin. Now, for amateur golfers, probably a better thing is even to do, it's okay to feel like your left shoulder doesn't go down as much, okay? Because the right shoulder is still going to go higher, okay? You can see this because you're going to have to see it there. So the left shoulder feels a little higher, feels a little more level. And then when you do that shift to the shoulder, really get your butt out, get your on top of that ball, and you can take a divot. And but do me a favor, please subscribe, because you don't want me to take off my shirt to get all those extra views and subscriptions, because I got this big scar running down the middle. But again, I just want you to play better golf, get some good information, put in your feels. That's again why downhill lies, pros tend to already start with their shoulders tilted, matching the slope, because we got to hit down on it, okay, without trying to hit down on it. Because when you fall back on or shoulder tilt too much on a downhill lie, we're going to top the ball, okay? So again, please subscribe, and hope you had a great time here today, and we'll see you next time.